It is said that your mind is the only thing preventing you from achieving everything you desire. So all this time you are blaming your luck, your parents, your lack of education, your lack of money. All these excuses go out the window because now you're being introduced to the one and only reason you're not able to achieve the things you want in life. And that is your own thoughts and emotions reflecting back to you your already established beliefs in the form of circumstances in your life, the people in your life, the money in your life, your health and your well-being, your peace of mind, etc. Everything is the result of your mind's inner working and your own indulgence, keeping the momentum going until you yourself decide to change. Because your dreams in life are literally being kidnapped by your thoughts of fear, insecurity, self-doubt, self-sabotaging behaviors and actions. And unless you deal with this first, your dreams are just going to stay trapped under the gutter of negative thoughts, which will never let them out. And in this video, we're going to discuss the solutions to that. But before we start, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, let's get to today's topic. Number one is whatever it is, you are good enough. So the first thing that you have to know is that you are innately worthy just by being alive, unless you yourself ruin that by believing otherwise. These beliefs that you have within you, these beliefs of unworthiness, these feelings of not being good enough, not amounting to anything, just focusing on all your failures and your mistakes and your shortcomings in the past. These are slowly killing your God-given gifts that you had, that were bestowed upon you since birth. These feelings of, these negative feelings that you're entertaining all day long, they are the ones that are killing your dreams, killing any opportunity or any chance of achieving the things you want in life. Because even if everyone every single person in your life was to tell you that you're not good enough to do something or to achieve something, the only person capable of actually stopping you is you. And you are doing that by holding on to all these negative thoughts that we talked about, all these self-defeating thoughts, self-sabotaging behaviors and actions. As long as you are focused on these things, yes, it will seem like the outside world is stopping you from achieving the things you want, but in reality, it's just you and only you. The secret is to know yourself well. You have to know yourself. If you are the kind of person that has not yet developed the courage or the tenacity to face difficult things in your life, then you have to start slow. You have to refrain from expecting unrealistic things to happen and set unrealistic goals, because in order to have these things, you yourself have to be an unrealistic person. You have to be the kind of person that is able and that is willing to do things that other people won't. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be patient. You have to be very patient. And if you believe that you have not yet developed that kind of strength, don't set these unrealistic goals in your life. The reason being is that you don't truly believe that these things are going to happen. You're just wishing that they would somehow, things would change on the outside. But the reality is you don't believe it. So it's going to be that you're going to always sabotage yourself. You're going to do things that are going to ruin your chances of achieving those things. You're going to refrain from taking bold actions. So anyways, it really doesn't matter if you are expecting big things to happen. As long as you don't believe it within you, it won't happen. And the other thing is, you might feel like you're just not good enough. You're just so convinced that you're not good enough, although you might want something. But the thing that you have to know is that no one is born with this indestructible belief of being good enough. You lose that along the way. It's the sad reality of being human, because that's the way society is structured, and there are things that are going to happen in your life that are going to make you lose that belief. But as long as you are now working with awareness and being conscious at all times, and you're not letting the outside world affect your thinking, you have to believe that along this journey that you'll gain it back, that you'll gain this belief in yourself and belief that you are worthy of wanting, desiring, and achieving the things you want. You have to know that this feeling is something that might follow you even after you have been successful, because it might seem like these successful people, these people who have achieved so many great things in their lives, it might seem like they don't have this feeling. It might seem like they are so confident and sure of themselves all the time. But the reality is that they do feel this from time to time, but they don't let their emotions dictate their actions or the steps that they want to take, that they need to take. So the lesson from this is that you don't expect this feeling to go away. You don't expect to always feel confident and sure of yourself. You just don't let it affect what you have to do in order to get the things that you want. So perfection might be one thing that you have to fight continuously, because it doesn't exist. It's non-existent. No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect. And that's just the nature of life. And when you go against the nature of life, you're always going to be met with resistance, and there will be friction. So you have to just let go of this feeling to become perfect, to have this perfect image, to not make a mistake, to always do things the right way, to always be nice, to always be just presenting yourself, presenting this mask that you're wearing in order not to disappoint people. And if you don't let go of perfection, this is going to hinder your growth and any success that you might be after. Number 2 is it's all a test, because only pain can bring out the purpose. So most of the things that you're going through right now are lessons by which you become aware of the darker aspects of life. Now, you might not feel good, but this is your much needed rude awakening in order to find out the true nature of life. And the true nature of life is that there will always be the other end of the polarity to anything that exists in this world. So just like your success and your good times and times when you're happy and joyous and successful, there is bound to be times when you are not that successful, when you're not that happy, when you might be depressed and in lack. And all these things are just part of the nature of existence in this world. And in the end, your challenges are either lessons or protection from God. And once you know this, once you really internalize this idea, you're just going to be easy on yourself. You're not going to be dwelling on things that are taking too long to happen, or things that simply didn't take place in your life. And instead of being so hard on yourself and feeling sorry for yourself, having this pity on yourself, you're just going to let it go. You're just going to let go of this idea of things happening according to your schedule, things happening according to how you picture them or visualize them. And sometimes it's good to have things happen exactly as you pictured them, but sometimes it's better that they didn't happen that way, because you will look back and be grateful for things that didn't happen in your life as you go on in life, as you mature and you have this newfound clarity. You will see that some of the things that didn't happen in your life are actually blessings. And with this kind of insight and maturity that you have gained as a result of your difficult times, as a result of these tests that you're going through, you will become stronger, more assertive, and actually become more capable of achieving the things you want. So now you realize that all these tests are only preparing you for the things you want and are not actually obstacles. So instead of looking at your difficulties as obstacles, observe the subtle messages and new information encoded in the challenge that you're facing. Instead of being frustrated by your setbacks, look at them as opportunities for divine timing. And just practice changing this topic of self-pity that is going on within you, within your own inner dialogue, to self-empowering thoughts despite facing these problems. Because remember, these tests are not only meant to correct and refine your work, they're also meant to refine you. They're also a way to deal with your ego and kind of create this humbling moment in your life, in order to get rid of this excess judgment or criticism you might have about things and people, because they're only going to be reflected back to you, and you don't want that. Number 3 is you are the conduit. You are the bridge between your dreams and your desired reality. You are the missing piece here because everything else already exists on its own plane. Your money is already out there. You just haven't claimed it yet. Your significant other is already out there. You just haven't met them yet. What? They're going to be born today? That wouldn't be appropriate. They're already out there. And that plane ticket to that beautiful tropical island that you've been dreaming of vacationing already exists. They just need to stamp your name on it. That's it. And how do you claim all these things that are already out there waiting for you? You'll do that by starting to believe in yourself, by not comparing yourself to anyone, and by working to get rid of every single self-defeating thought in your mind. That's it.